Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Leviticus 16 to 22, Proverbs 1, and Psalm 128. Let's get started. The Lord spoke to Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they drew near before the Lord and died. And the Lord said to Moses, "Tell Aaron your brother not to come at any time into the holy place inside the veil, before the mercy seat that is on the ark, so that he may not die. I will appear in the cloud over the mercy seat, but in this way Aaron shall come into the holy place with a bull from the head for a sin offering and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat and shall have the linen undergarment on his body, and he shall tie the linen sash around his waist and wear the linen top. These are the holy garments. He shall bathe his body in water and then put them on. And he shall take from the congregation of the people of Israel 2 male goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And Aaron shall offer the bull as a sin offering for himself, and shall make atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take the 2 goats and set them before the Lord at the entrance of the tent of meeting. And Aaron shall cast lots over the 2 goats, 1 lot for the Lord and the other lot for Azazel. And Aaron shall present the goat on which the lot fell for the Lord, and use it as a sin offering. And the goat on which the lot fell for Azazel shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make atonement over it, that it may be sent away into the wilderness to Azazel. Aaron shall present the bull as a sin offering for himself, and shall make atonement for himself and for his house. He shall kill the bull as a sin offering for himself, and he shall take a censer full of coals of fire from the altar before the Lord, and 2 handfuls of sweet incense, being small. And he shall bring it inside the veil, and put the incense on the fire before the Lord. And at the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is over the testimony, so that he does not die. And he shall take some of the blood of the bull and sprinkle it with his finger on the front of the mercy seat on the east side. And in front of the mercy seat he shall sprinkle some of the blood of the bull, some of the blood with his finger 7 times. He shall kill the goat of the sin offering that is for his people, or the people, and bring his blood inside the veil, and do with his blood as he did with the blood of the bull, sprinkling it over the mercy seat and in front of the mercy seat. Thus he shall make atonement for the holy place, because of the uncleanness of the people of Israel, and because of their transgressions, all their sins. And so he shall do for the tent of meeting, and dwells with them in the midst of their uncleanness. No one may be in the tent of meeting from the time he enters to make atonement in the holy place until he comes out and has made atonement for himself and for his house and for all the assembly of Israel. He shall go out to the altar that is before the Lord, and make atonement for it, and shall take some of the blood of the bull, and put some of the blood of the goat, and put it on the horns of the altar all around. And he shall sprinkle some of the blood on it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it and consecrate it from the uncleannesses of the people of Israel. And he made an end of atoning for the holy place in the tent of meeting. In the altar he shall present the live goat, and Aaron shall lay both his hands on the head of the live goat, and confess over it all the iniquities of the people of Israel, and all their transgressions, all their sins. And he shall put them on the head of the goat, and send it away into the wilderness by the hand of a man who is in readiness. The goat shall bear all their iniquities on itself to a remote area, and he shall let the goat go free in the wilderness. And Aaron shall come into the tent of meeting, and shall take off the linen garments that he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them And when he has made an end of atoning for the holy place and the tent of meeting, on the altar he shall present the live goat, and Aaron shall lay both his hands on the head of the live goat, and confess over it all the iniquities of the people of Israel, and all their transgressions and all their sins. And he shall put them on the head of the goat, and send it away into the wilderness by the hand of a man who is in readiness. The goat shall bear all their iniquities on itself to a remote area, and shall let the goat go free into the wilderness. And Aaron shall come into the tent of meeting, and shall take off the linen garments that he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. And he shall bathe his body in water in the holy place, and put on his garments, and come out and offer his burnt offering, and the burnt offering of the people, and make atonement for himself and for the people. And the fire of the sin offering he shall burn on the altar. And he who lets the goat go as itself shall wash his clothes, and bathe his body in water, and the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the holy place, shall be carried outside the camp. The skin, their flesh, and their dung shall be burned up with fire, and them who wash their clothes. And he burns them shall wash the clothes and bathe his body in water. And afterward he may come into the camp. It shall be a statute forever to you forever in the 7th month. And on the 10th day of the month you shall afflict yourselves, and shall do no work, either the native or the stranger who sojourns among you. For on this day shall atonement be made to you. for you to cleanse you. You shall be clean before the Lord from all your sins. It is a Sabbath of solemn rest to you. You shall afflict yourselves. It is a statute forever. And the priest who is anointed and consecrated as a priest in his father's place shall make atonement, wearing the holy linen garment. You shall make atonement for the holy sanctuary. And you shall make atonement for the tent of meeting and for the altar. You shall make atonement for the priest and for all the people of the assembly. And this shall be a statute forever for you. An atonement may be made for the people of Israel once in the year because of all this, and as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons and to all the people of Israel, and say to them, This is the thing that the Lord has commanded. If any one of the houses that kills an ox or a lamb, or a goat in the camp, or kills outside the camp, and does not bring it to the edge of the tent of meeting to offer as a gift to the Lord in front of the tabernacle, in front of the tabernacle of the Lord, blood guilt shall be imputed to that man. He is shed blood that man, and then that man shall be cut off from among his people. This is to the end that the people of Israel may bring their sacrifices that they sacrifice in the earth, that they may bring them to the Lord, and the priest at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and sacrifice the peace offerings, the sacrifices of peace offerings to the Lord. And the priest shall throw the blood on the altar of the Lord at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and burn the fat for a blazing aroma to the Lord. So they shall no more sacrifice their sacrifices to great deeds, after whom they hold. This shall be a statute forever for them throughout their generations. And you shall say to any one of the house of Israel, or of the strangers who sojourn among them, who offers a burnt offering or sacrifice, and does not bring it to the entrance of the tent of meeting to offer it to the Lord, that man shall be cut off from his people. If any one of the house of Israel, or of the strangers who sojourn among them, eats any blood, I'll set my face against that person who eats blood, and will cut him off from among his people. The life of the flesh is in the blood, and I give it for you on the altar to make atonement for yourselves. For it is the blood that makes atonement with the life. Therefore I said to the people of Israel, No person among you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger who sojourns among you eat blood. Anyone also of the people of Israel, or of the strangers who sojourn among them, who takes and hunted any beast or bird, or that may be eaten, shall pour out its blood and cover it with that. And the life of every creature is its blood. Its blood is its life. Therefore I will say to the people of Israel, shall not eat the blood of any creature, nor for the life of every creature is its blood. Whoever eats it shall be cut off. And every person who eats what dies of itself, or what is torn by beasts, whether he is a native or a sojourner, shall wash his clothes or bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And he shall be clean. If he does not wash them or bathe his flesh, he shall bear his iniquity. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, Speak to the people of Israel, and say to them, I am the Lord your God. You shall not do as they do in the land of Egypt where you live. And you shall not do as they do in the land of Canaan, to which I am bringing you. You shall not walk in their statutes. You shall follow my rules and keep my statutes and walk with them. I am the Lord your God. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my rules. And if a person does so, he shall live by them. I am the Lord. None of you shall approach any one of his close relatives to uncover nakedness. I am the Lord. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father, which is nakedness of your mother. She is your mother. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's wife. It is your father's nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your sister, or your father's daughter, or your mother's daughter, whether brought up in the family or in another house, or in another home. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your son's daughter, or of your daughter's daughter, or their nakedness is your own nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's wife's daughter, brought up in your father's family, since she is your sister. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister, she is your father's relative. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother, that is, you shall not approach his wife, she is your aunt. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your daughter-in-law, she is your son's wife. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife, it is your brother's nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of a woman and of her daughter. You shall not take a son's daughter or a daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness. They are relatives. It is depravity. And you shall not take a woman as a rival wife to her sister, uncovering her nakedness while her sister is still alive. You shall not approach a woman to uncover her nakedness while she is in the menstrual uncleanness. You shall not lie sexually with your neighbor's wife, and so make yourself unclean with her. You shall not give any of your children to offer them to Moloch, and sacrifice in the name of your God. I am the Lord. You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. And you shall not lie with any animal, and so make yourself unclean with it. Neither shall any woman I shall any woman give herself to an animal to lie with it is perversion. You don't make yourselves unclean by any of these things, but by all these nations I know before we have become unclean. And the land became unclean, so now I punish its iniquity, and the land vomited out its inhabitants. But you shall keep my statutes and my rules, and do none of these abominations, neither the native or the stranger who sojourns among you. And as the land vomit you out when you make unclean, as it vomited out the nation that was before you. Whoever does any of these abominations, the persons who do them shall be cut off from among their people. And keep my charge never to practice any of these abominable customs that I practiced before you, and never to make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. And the Lord spoke to us, say to all the congregation of the people of Israel, say to you shall be holy, for I am the Lord God, your God of power. Every one of you shall revere his mother and his father, and you shall keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Do not turn to idols or make for yourself any gods cast metal. I am the Lord your God. When you offer a sacrifice of peace offerings to the Lord, you shall offer it, so that you may be accepted. You shall eat on the same day you offer, or on the day after. And anything left over until the third day shall be burned with fire. If it is eaten at all on the third day, it is tainted, it will not be accepted, and everyone who eats it shall bear his iniquity, because he is profane when it is holy to the Lord. That person shall be cut off from his people. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap your field right up to its edge, neither shall you gather the gleanings after your harvest, and you shall not strip your vineyard bare, neither shall you gather the fallen grapes of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and for the sojourner. I am the Lord your God. You shall not steal, you shall not deal falsely, you shall not lie to one another, you shall not swear by name falsely, and say profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You shall not oppress your neighbor or rob him, and the wages of the hired worker shall not remain with you all night until the morning. You shall not curse the deaf or put a stumbling block before the blind, but you shall fear your God. I am the Lord. You shall do no injustice in court. You shall not be partial to the poor, or defer to the great. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor. And you shall not go around as a slanderer among your people. And you shall not stand up against the life of your neighbor. I am the Lord. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall reason frankly with your neighbor, lest you curse him, because he do not take vengeance or bear grudges, sons of your own people. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. You shall keep my statutes. And you shall not let your cattle breed with a different. You shall not sow your field with two kinds of seed. Nor shall you wear a garment or cloth made with two kinds of material. And a man lie sexually with a woman who is a slave, assigned to another man and not yet ransomed, or given her freedom. A distinction shall be made. He shall not be put to death because she was not free. And he shall bring his compensation to the entrance of the tent meeting, a ram for a guilt offering. And the priest shall make atonement for him, as the ram the guilt offering before the Lord for a sin that he has committed and he shall be forgiven for the sin that he has committed. When you come into the land and plant any kind of tree for food, and you shall regard the fruit as forbidden. 3 years it shall be forbidden to you, and must not be eaten. And the 4th year all its fruit shall be holy, and an offering of praise to the Lord. And in the 5th year you may eat its fruit. It is to increase its yield for you. I am the Lord your God. You shall not eat any flesh with the blood on it. And you shall not interpret omens or tell fortunes. You shall not round off the hair on your temples, or mar the edges of your beard. You shall not make any cuts on your body for the dead, or tattoo yourselves. I am the Lord. You shall not profane your daughter by making her a prostitute, lest the land fall into prostitution and the land become full of depravity. You shall keep my Sabbath and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Do not turn to mediums or necromancers. Do not seek them out, and so make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. You shall stand up before the grey head and on the face of an old man, and you shall fear your God. I am the Lord. When a stranger sojourns with you in your land, you shall not do him. You shall treat the stranger who sojourns with you as a native among you. You shall love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You shall have no wrong in judgment, in measures of length or weight or quantity. You shall have just balances, just weights, and just effort, and just hit. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You shall observe all my statutes and all my rules, and do them. I am the Lord. The Lord spoke to me, say to the people of Israel, and any one of the people of Israel or the strangers who sojourn in Israel, and Israel who gives any of his children to Moab, shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. I myself will set my face against them and cut him from among his people, because it is given one of his children to Moloch, and to make my sanctuary unclean, to profane my holy name. And if the people of the land do at all place their eyes to that man, and he gives one of his children to Moloch, and do not put him to death, and I will set my face against that man and against his clan, and cut them off from among their people. And always follow him in the whoring after Moloch. If a person returns to mediums and necromancers, whoring after them, I will set my face against that person, and I will cut him off from among the people. Consecrate yourselves therefore, and be holy, for I am the Lord your God. Keep my statutes and do them. I am the Lord who sanctifies you. Anyone who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. He has cursed his father or his mother. His blood is on him. If a man commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, with the adulterer, and the adulterer shall surely be put to death. If a man lies with his father's wife, he has uncovered his father's nakedness. His shall surely be put to death. Blood is upon them. If a man lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have committed perversion, their blood is upon them. If a man lies with a man as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. If a man takes a woman and their mother his depravity, he and they shall be burned with fire, that there may be no depravity among you. If a man lies with an animal, he shall be surely put to death. He shall surely be put to death, and he shall kill that animal. If a woman approaches any animal that lies with him, he shall kill the woman and the animal. He shall surely be put to death, and blood is upon them. If a man takes his sister, a daughter of his father, or a daughter of his mother, and sees her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, and is so disgraced, they shall be cut off in the sight of the children of their people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness, and he shall bear his iniquity. If a man lies with a woman during a menstrual period and uncovers her nakedness, he is made naked in front of her, and she has uncovered the fountain of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from among their people. She shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister or of your father's sister, for that is to make naked one's relative. They shall bear their iniquity. If a man lies with his uncle's wife, he has uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sin. They shall die childless. If a man takes his brother's wife, it is impurity. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness, and he shall be childless. You shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my rules, and do them. At the land where I am bringing you to live may not vomit you out. And you shall not walk in the customs of the nation that I am driving out before you. For they did all these things, and therefore I just detested them. I have said to you, you shall inherit that land. And I'll give it to you to possess a land flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, who has separated you from the peoples. You shall therefore separate the clean beast from the unclean, and the unclean bird from the clean. You shall not make yourselves detestable by beast, or by bird, or by anything with which the ground crawls, which I have set apart for you to hold unclean. You shall be holy to me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have separated you from the peoples. You should be mine. If a man or woman who is a medium or a necromancer shall surely be put to death, they shall be stoned with stones, and blood shall be upon them. And the Lord said to them, speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, no one shall make himself unclean from the dead among his people. He set for his place his relatives, his mother, his father, his son, his daughter, his brother, or his virgin sister. He shall not make himself unclean as a husband among his people, and so profane himself. He shall not make bald patches on their heads, nor shave off the edges of their beards, nor make any cuts on their body. They shall be holy to their God, and not profane the name of their God. For they offer the Lord's free offerings and bread of their God. Therefore they shall be holy. They shall not marry a prostitute or a woman who has been defiled, neither shall they marry a woman a divorce from her husband. For the priest is holy to his God. He shall sanctify free offers, the bread of your God. He shall be husband. He shall be your husband. He shall be your husband. He shall not make himself unclean as a husband among his people, and so profane himself. He shall not make bald patches on their heads, nor shave off the edges of their beards, nor make any cuts on their body. They shall be holy to their God, and not profane the name of their God. For they offer the Lord's food offering, their bread of their God. Therefore they shall be holy. They shall not marry a prostitute or a woman who has been defiled. Neither shall they marry a woman who divorced from her husband. The priest is holy to their God. You shall sanctify him, for he offers the bread of your God. He shall be holy to you, for I, the Lord, who sanctifies you, am holy. And the daughter of my priest, if she profanes herself by whoring, profanes her father, she shall be burned with fire. And the priest who is chief among his brothers, on whose head the anointing oil is poured, and who has been consecrated to wear the garment, shall not let the hair of his head hang loose, nor tear his body, nor tear his clothes. He shall not go into any dead body, nor make himself unclean, even for his father or for his mother. He shall not go out of the sanctuary lest he profane the sanctuary of his God. And the consecration of the anointing oil of his God is on it. I am the Lord. He shall take a wife in her virginity, a widow or a divorced woman, or a woman who has been fulfilled, or a prostitute. These he shall not marry. He shall take a wife, a virgin of his own people, that he may not profane his offspring among his people. For I am the Lord who sanctifies him. And the Lord said to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron, say, none of your offspring throughout their generations who has a blemish may approach to offer the bread of his God. For no one who has a blemish shall join you, a man blind or lame, or one who has a mutilated face or a limb too long, or a man who has an injured foot or an injured head, or a hunchback or a dwarf, or a man with a defect in his side, or an itching disease, or scabs, or crushed testicles. No man of the offspring of Aaron the priest who has a blemish shall come near to offer the Lord's food offering, since he has a blemish. He shall not come near to offer the bread of his God. He may eat the bread of his God, both of the most holy and of the holy things. He shall not go through the veil or approach the altar, because he has a blemish, that he may not profane my sanctuaries. For I am the Lord who sanctifies them. And Moses spake to Aaron, to his sons, and to all the people of Israel. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, See to Aaron and to his sons, that they abstain from the holy things of the people of Israel, which they dedicate to me, so that they do not profane my holy name. I am the Lord. Say to him, If any one of all your offspring throughout your generations approaches the holy thing that the people of Israel dedicate to the Lord, while he is an uncleanness, that person shall be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord. None of the offspring of Aaron who has a leprous disease or a discharge may eat the holy things until he is clean. Whoever touches anything that is unclean through contact with the dead, or a man who has had an emission of semen, and whoever touches a swarming thing by which he may be made unclean, or a person from whom he may take uncleanness. Whatever his uncleanness may be, the person who touches such a thing shall be unclean until the evening. He shall not eat of the holy things, unless he has bathed his body in water. When the sun goes down, he shall be clean, and after he may eat of the holy things, because they are his food. He shall not eat what dies of itself or is torn by beasts, and so make himself unclean by it. I am the Lord. I shall therefore keep my charge, lest they bear sin for and die thereby when they profane it. I am the Lord who sanctifies them. A layperson shall not eat of a holy thing. No foreign guest of priest or hired worker shall eat of a holy thing. If a priest buys a slave as property for money, the slave may eat of it, and anyone born in his house may eat of his food. If a priest's daughter marries a layman, she shall not eat of the contribution of the holy things. If the priest's daughter is widowed or divorced and has no child, and returns to her father's house, as in a youth, she may eat of her father's food, yet no layperson shall eat of it. And if anyone eats of a holy thing unintentionally, he shall add the fifth of its value to it and give the holy things to the priest. He shall not profane the holy things of the people of Israel, which they contribute to them, and so cause them to bear iniquity and guilt by eating their holy things. For I am the Lord who sanctifies them. And the Lord spake to Moses, Speak to Aaron and his sons and all the people of Israel, say to them, When any one of the house of Israel of the sojourners in Israel presents a burnt offering as his offering, or for any of their vows or free will offerings that they offer to the Lord, if it is to be accepted, for it shall be a male without blemish, of the bulls or the sheep or the goats. You shall not offer anything that has a blemish, for it will not be acceptable to you. And when anyone offers a sacrifice of peace offerings to the Lord, to fulfill a vow, or as a free will offering from the herd or from the flock, so you said it must be perfect, and there shall be no blemish in it. And who is blind or disabled or mutilated, or having a discharge or an itch or scabs, you shall not offer to the Lord, or give them to the Lord as a free offering. On the altar, you may present a bull or a lamb that has a part too long or too short for a free will offering, but for a vow offering it cannot be accepted. Any animal that has its testicles bruised or crushed or torn or cut, you shall not offer to the Lord. You shall not do it within your land. Neither shall you offer as a bread of your God any such animals common for a foreigner, since there is a blemish in because of their mutilation, and they will not be accepted for you. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, An ox or a sheep or goat is born, it shall remain 7 days with its mother. From the 8th day it shall it shall be acceptable as a free offering to the Lord. But you shall not kill an ox or a sheep, or a young in one day. And you sacrifice of thanksgiving to the Lord. You shall sacrifice it so that you may be accepted. It shall be eaten on the same day. You shall leave none of it until morning. I am the Lord. So you shall not keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord. You shall not profane my holy name, that I may be sanctified among the people of Israel. I am the Lord who sanctifies you, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord. Proverbs 1. The prophets of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth, that the wise and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance, to understand a proper understanding the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Who despise wisdom and instruction, hear my sons, your father's instruction, forsake not your mother's teaching. The day of grace will go over your head and penetrate my son. This is touchy to do consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie away from the Lord. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like sure, let us swallow them alive and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our house with plunder. Though near low among us, we will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their path. Though their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. And these men lie away for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own life. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of his possessors. Wisdom cries loud in the street. In the market she raises her voice. And at the head of the noise she cries out. At the entrance of the city gate she speaks. Her wisdom made loud being simple. How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge? If you turn up my reproof, Lord, I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you, because I have called and you refuse to listen. I have stretched out my hand and no one has heeded. Because you ignored all my counsel and no one would have none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind when distress and anguish come upon you. And they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, would have none of my counsel and despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way and have their fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure and will be at ease without dread of disaster. Psalm 128. Blessed is everyone who fears the Lord, who walks in his ways. You shall eat the fruit of the labor of your hands. You shall be blessed, it shall be well with you. Your wife will be like a fruitful vine within your house. Your children will be like olive shoots around your table. Behold, thus shall the man be blessed who fears the Lord. The Lord bless you from Zion. May you see the prosperity of Jerusalem all the days of your life. May you see your children's children. Praise be upon Israel. Now let's turn I shall enter the Lord's prayer. Praise my hands, the Father in heaven. Hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will done on earth as it is in heaven. Stay our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as you also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil one. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.